Hello, Max Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for Massive Darkness.
Massive Darkness!
So we thought we'd play through the tutorial first, so we can show you what we've been up to and what we've learned, and we'll probably will make mistakes, but as always, stick it in the comments and we'll then we can let everyone know the correct way to play. But as normal, we'll do our best and we'll have a look at the all the components of the game. That's why we're going to do the tutorial, because it takes up a lot of space. As you can see, can't even get all this onto the camera. In the tutorial version, all future versions will have a bigger board. So,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Because this table will extend out, so hopefully we could extend the table out.
Yeah, it's just getting it all on the camera, which is the difficult part. Yeah. So we'll do the tutorial and we can show you all the different cards and we can just talk you through what happens. Great. So, the tutorial, we have the boards.
The tutorial is called Walking in the Dark.
Yeah, Claire's just going to read out the basics of the game.
Yeah, so the first step in the dark is always the hardest, but you carefully choose this one. So I chose this one. This underground outpost is small and doesn't go really deep. It contains scouting reports that will lead you to a fallen stronghold and your first artefacts. It sounds easy. So the quest objectives are to complete the objectives in this order to win the game and recover the artefact. So 1, pick up the key, and 2, escape through the exit. So this card here, this little token here, is the key. Yeah. And obviously where it says exit is the egress.
Yeah, so the key token in this case is used by the library token in the set. We're obviously using the plastic tokens to replace the cardboard ones you get with it, because we got the Kickstarter ones. The double-sided, so that is the library token, which is denoted by books and papers on it.
And this is the starting token. It looks like a small compass kind of thing.
Exit token, says exit.
And then we've got 1 and 2. These denote the level of the dungeon that you're in. Yeah.
So you decide how many players you're going to be using. We're going to use all 6 characters to show you them all, because generally you just choose 1 each, and the game will scale with the amount of characters you've got. So the amount of mobs that spawn are based on the amount of players. So we'll use the maximum amount and we can show you each of the characters. So before the game, each player will choose one of the characters, for instance Siegfried there. That gives you various things. You have the shadow mode skill, which you can see at the top, which in this case is +1 sword. So as long as he's in shadow, and that's any part on the board which is in darkness, all those 5 zones are in shadow, those 4 zones are in light. Light anywhere where it's really obvious is light, or there's a torch on the board. You can see light, shadow. Yeah. While you're in shadow, each character is going to get an ability basically. So again, back to Siegfried. Here's his +1 sword, and then his special skill is revenge. So when Siegfried takes 1 or more wounds from an enemy attack, you may inflict 1 wound on the attacker. That's a general skill which will always be active. And then the recommended class at the bottom is which class you recommend that they use with him. Because you can use any class you want. He could be a battle wizard if I really wanted. But we have the pit fighter, a berserker. There we go. That's the one we're using. And we've laminated these in A5 sheets. You get plenty of, if you're only going to be playing this like a few times with some friends, you get plenty of these, but we're going to be playing this a lot, and we thought if we laminate them, at least we can reuse one, keep the others all for spare, and then if we need to, we can laminate more later.
Yeah. Cool.
So the other part of this you get is the actual plastic dashboard, which is there, which you'll see in the unboxing, but we didn't really go into because I didn't know anything about it at that point. All heroes start with 5 wounds, so you'll allocate a coloured token to your hero, and they'll also have the represented coloured base. Something we didn't get in ours was there's 2 different colours of blue, there's a light blue and a dark blue. And these bases have just got 2 dark blue bases. It's not a biggie.
No, it's not a big deal.
So I'm not too bothered about that. But you'll get pegs which match the colour of your base. Once they're painted, it won't matter anyway. And then you get your experience one. And if you're in story mode, which we're going to be playing by the way, you get the enhanced, the micro XP. So you have to learn 5 on there to get 1 on there. So it increases the experience arc. It takes it longer to learn your skills. But you get to keep your skills and your gear between games. That's the difference. So it leads it more into sort of an RPG rather than the Zombicide one-off game, everything resets, one-off game. But you can play it that way you want. If you're just doing a one-off battle and you want to play just one of the scenarios, that's the best way to play it really. Just pick one and use the normal XP track, and it's really good. It's a really good way to do it. But we're going to be using the story mode for these guys, so we can carry them on to the next battle that we do. You might notice we put them in wallets just for reference. Those are the which
Fantasy Flight games. I think we've got it somewhere. We'll put it in the comments below or something.
Yeah, it's the Fantasy Flight Games covers. That's the one in the whitey grey top.
Yeah.
I think it's 88 millimeters by 63.5.
Something like that.
Same standard American size. All the small ones are in the yellow topped ones. I can't remember the size of those.
I can't remember the size,
but we'll have a look. We'll get them out and we'll have a look. Just in case you want to cover them all yourself, because we're quite protective of these.
We are.
They'll be hard to get to replacements. So you'll pick your character. You'll get your dashboard. You'll put your different coloured things on that you've got, and then you'll choose your class. Make sure you've got that on standby. So your class will give you a signature ability, which you can spend XP to use. And it'll also give you a free class skill which you can use as well. So again, Siegfried is spend 1 XP and the hero gets +1 sword for every 2 wounds that they have. Yeah, which is quite good. And then you get the inner rage ability for his free class skill, which is Bloodlust 1, which means he has to take a wound to use it. And then he attacks and he can reroll any number of dice 1 additional time, which is also a very useful skill. There you go, those are the 2 starting skills at the top. You can also stick your hero's name and your name and your XP at the top there as well. So we're just going to be using these whiteboard pens to mark stuff on to the laminate. What else? Okay, so before you start, you also need to allocate your starting equipment. So every player will get a piece of this leather armour. Starting equipment is on the back. So starting equipment will be replaced quite quickly into the game. But all this does is give you a blue dice in defence. This goes into your armour slot, which is the top slot of your tray. You need 2 more of them, don't you?
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you may have noticed that as well. That's the player token. That goes to the first player, and just like in Zombicide, it passes to the second player in the second round, third player in the third round, and so on. And they become the first player, and they go first, and it passes back to Bjorn again. In this case, because he's the first player. What else? Okay, so we have 2 each of the weapons as starting equipment. So you get a piece of armour, you get a piece of weaponry as well. So we have 2 long swords, we have 2 maces, 2 axes, 2 spears, 2 staves, and 2 short bows. Now each the players between themselves will choose who gets what and who's best equipped with what. So obviously Elias, who's the wizard, is probably best getting a staff.
Yeah.
So we're going to give him a staff. And then, what do you want for it? Because we've got a bow. So
yeah, I'd like that for Sybil, who
elf,
is the ranger. Yes.
Gets the bow. We have a spear, which is also quite a useful starting piece of equipment for
Whisper. Which
for Whisper,
is
we learned that.
Yes.
So spear works quite well with the assassin type. And we have a long sword as well, which I said before.
Which will be good for Owen.
Which will be good for Owen, who's basically the tank of the group. The battle axe, which is a 2-handed weapon, Bjorn, and that leaves a mace, a standard mace, which gives -1 to defence. It's quite good at the starting weapon for Siegfried. And so you get 2 of each. So if you wanted to give multiple spears or multiple long swords, you can do. But everyone gets a piece of armour and a piece of equipment, and you'll have 6 pieces of equipment left over. And those go to one side. Okay. The other thing you'll need to start with is the Lifebringer card, which is just one of these little cards. Leave those 2 off there for now. That's the Lifebringer card. This is basically your continues. So when a model dies, you can use the Lifebringer card. The number of tokens on the Lifebringer card, it suggests to be 2, but if you find it a particularly difficult scenario, it says you can increase the number of tokens, or decrease if you want to increase the difficulty. But basically each token you take off will resurrect a character. Once a character dies, game over. So you have to work cooperative.
Once a character dies and there's no stuff on the Lightbringer, there's no hearts on the Lightbringer, then it's the end.
Then it's the end. This is the end. So we set these up. Next up we have this bit in the middle. We have the door cards. So every time we open a door which has an unopened area, unopened room, shall we say, We pull a door card out and see what's in there. We have an event deck which we'll pull out at the end of each turn. And then we have the guard level cards 1 through 5, which have the mobs on.
But in this case I think we'll just be using 1 to 2.
Yeah, because it only goes up to level 2, which we'll get to. And the same with the treasure 1 through 5. Again, we'll probably only be using level 2 unless we can pick up a special chest. It'll go to level 3. And then we have the greater and the lesser monster cards. And again, if we pull out any this game, it'll just be the lesser monsters, because lesser monsters will spawn in levels 1 to 3, greater monsters will spawn in 4 and 5. These are the spawn tokens on the board. This is where mobs will spawn. This is also the level tokens on the board. So the one, there you go.
My fault, needs to be in
Needs
that
to be
one.
there. Yeah. So if they got the black side showing, then that means they're not active. So we'll be starting on level 1, we've got all level 1 characters. In story mode as well, when you start a new mission, the level of that mission will be the highest level of the character. So if you're starting a level 4 character, it'll actually start on level 4, not on level 1, even though you're starting on the board section of level 1. These are still used as spawners though, so whatever board section you're stood on when you spawn things, if it says spawn it on -1 or +1, you still use the board section that you're stood on to spawn the mobs. Okay. You can only use weapons that you're, in story mode, you can only use weapons and skills that you're of equal level to. Skills isn't really a problem because that denotes what level you are anyway. But weapons that you pick up in story mode, you cannot use until you hit that level. That's a restriction, it isn't in the normal mode. So if you're on level 2, you get a level 2 chest, you get a level 2 sword, but you're still on level 1. In the normal mode, you can use that straight away. In story mode, you have to wait till you've leveled yourself up, which can take some time. But we'll get started then. So we have the 6 characters. We have Siegfried in orange. We'll put that on the starting zone. Actually, the first person starts with Bjorn. He's in blue, dark blue. There he is. We'll put him on the starting zone. And then the third character, so it's going to go Bjorn, Siegfried, Elias, then it'll go around to Claire's characters. The third character is Elias in purple. And then we have
Whisper
in red.
Sounds like a chocolate bar.
And then we have,
Owen.
it should be light blue, but we are blue base. There's Owen, and we have Sybil. Should be going last to start with, but as I said, the first player token will move around. The other thing to point out is the dice beforehand. We have red attack dice, and we have yellow attack dice. The red ones are stronger because they've got more action on. These are a lot like Imperial Assault dice.
Very much so.
If you've seen our Imperial Assault, it works almost exactly the same way. The amount of swords and shields, minuses from the shields later. You get 2 sets of dice, one's stronger than the other. Red's stronger than yellow, and then the defense dice, you have green and blue, and green is stronger than blue. There we go. You have 3 of each colour. No matter what bonuses you're getting on your weapons, or from your skills or anything else, you can never have more than 3 dice of one colour. So
for example, if you had 4 blues, you'd only ever use 3 blues.
Yeah. You can only ever use 3, but you can use multiple dice. So you could have an armour piece that gives you 3 greens, if it was very strong, and a shield that gives you 1 blue, and you'd roll that, for instance. But you can never roll more than 3 of any one colour. And we'll get on to what the BAMs, which are actually called BAMs. We were calling them BAMs right from the beginning. We didn't realise. We thought it was something like critical hit or something. We just called them BAMs for fun. And then I reread the book and went, actually, they actually are called BAMs. So BAMs is like a little star symbol. The top there, that's a BAM. And on the red one, that's a BAM in between the 2 swords. And then the others are called, we call them gems, but they're actually diamonds in the game. So if we call them gems, that's what we're referring to, the little diamond symbol on there. So I'll try and remember to call them diamonds. That's a diamond, and that one's got a diamond as well. And they all activate different abilities that the characters have.
Like enchantments, they're called enchantments.
They're called enchantments, yes they are. So enchantments can come from skills, but a lot of the time they'll come from weapons.
And it generally says at the bottom of the weapon underneath where it says melee weapon.
Got an example there. The staff, the starting staff of Elias, it has a BAM symbol for the attack. So if your attack rolls a BAM, it'll activate the enchantment on there, which is to give you +1 sword. And on a skill, still on Elias, attack, he actually gains +1 BAM if he attacks from his shadow zone, so he's gaining the ability to use that enchantment just by standing in shadow. Before he's rolled anything, he can use that ability.
Cool.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all on 0 XP, micro XP as well. I think we're ready to go.
I think we are.
If we've missed anything, we'll pick it up during the game.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to be starting with
Bjorn.
Bjorn. So our objective is to pick up that library token and get to the exit, because that's the key to the door. So Bjorn's going to go first, and what he's going to do first, he's going to take a move action. Now when you take a move action, it works slightly different from any other kind of action. A move action will generate 2 move points. So you can potentially move twice, 2 stairs. Stairs.
Zones.
Two zones, sorry. I was looking at that and looking at stairs going, that's stairs. So that's one zone, that's another zone, that's a zone, the room's a zone, they're all zones, so each tile's going to have 9 zones on. You can only move through doors, obviously. You can't move through walls unless there's a character that I've not seen yet who can ethereally move through walls. Who knows? We need to get into the Kickstarter stuff to find that out. But so I want to use my move. My first action is going to be to activate my move. So I'm going to use my first point of movement to actually move into that space. Now, the other thing you can use movement points for is to open doors and pick up items. So my next move point is actually going to be used to open the door. Now each character generates 3 actions in total, but that counts, what I've just done, moving and opening the door, is one of those actions. So I've still got 2 actions remaining. So when you open a door, you take out a door card. And on the door card, it tells you what will spawn in each of those rooms. So there's 3 rooms in front of us, and you start with the room that is nearest to the door. So that'll be room 1, 2 or 3. If we'd opened this door, that would be room 1, 2 and then 3. It depends on which door you open. So in room 1, which is where we're stood, it will spawn a guard card. The guard card in this case is Orc Flares. There we go. So just to show you their card. They're at the bottom. They're coming in with 1 red melee dice. The sword is for melee, the bow and arrow is for ranged, the little wand is for spells, and the shield is for defence. So all these guys have is 1 red melee dice. They're only level 1, but when you get to like level 5 and stuff, they get ridiculous.
Yeah, and you can spawn up to about 12 of them.
Yeah, so also on here, near my thumb, is the heart symbol. That's how many wounds each of these guys are going to have when they come on. And by my finger there is the ×1. That's how many spawn. The number of characters ×1. So we have 6 characters in play, so it'll be 6 × 1, so 6 mobs are going to spawn. So we spawn 6 mobs, and we spawn a boss with them. So I'll get the mobs, the flares, so the ones with the 2 swords. Pass them to Claire because she needs to put them over our door.
Okay.
There's 2, and there's the other 4. And the boss that goes with these is the guy that looks a bit like a shaman, that guy. So he's going to spawn with them. And with him, he will bring a random treasure card, which he may be able to use.
Let's hope he can't.
I really hope he can't as well. It's not a good start if he can. And he can. So
yay.
That means that this orc mob are coming with battle axes. So, as I mentioned before, the little sword symbol at the bottom is what dice they'll get. So in this case they'll get an extra yellow dice. And you have to be able to, they have to be able to use them. So if that had been a bow for instance, and giving you a ranged dice, they wouldn't be able to use them because they do not have a corresponding number on their card. They must have a corresponding number. In this case, they've got melee, they've got melee. Most things have got melee in the game. So if you get a melee weapon, most things are going to be able to use it, even if they're not very good at using it. In addition, this battle axe also comes with a BAM ability, attack ability. So if the mob has an ability, which this one doesn't, it'll be in that black zone there. And that will take precedence. So if you roll BAMs, you have to use the mob's abilities first, followed by any weapon abilities. And they'll always trigger. You can't choose not to trigger them because this is the enemy attacking you. So if they roll BAMs, they're going to get this enchantment, which is Defender gets attack -1 yellow for this counter attack.
Oh, that's nasty.
So there you go. So that means the next time they'll get attacked, the player will lose a yellow dice. So it does work that way. The enemy becomes the player and the player becomes the enemy. So the skills will switch around. And as all players don't actually counter-attack, it just means that if you've got another attack coming in from that same character, they'll lose a yellow dice.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what's spawned. If we kill that guy, the boss, we'll be able to take that off him. Yeah. Also, interestingly, you cannot attack the boss until you've killed the minions, unless the minions are incapacitated for some reason, like they're stunned. So when you stun the whole group, and you could actually attack the boss first, kill the boss, and they'd lose that ability. Huh. So that's always something to keep in mind. I'll leave that on the board actually, so we can see that.
What else is spawning in there? Right,
so that was the first room, the guard card. So it's just guards at the top, as it says. Also in that room we have a chest icon, and it says ×2 above it. So 2 chests will spawn in that room. And chests are just treasure cards. They're always equal level to whatever tile they're on, regardless of the level of the dungeon. And then in the centre room we have 3 chests. And no enemies. And in the final room, the third room, we have 3 chests and no enemies. And that's pretty much how you spawn things. If there's only 2 rooms when you open the door, if there's only 2 rooms there, you only spawn in those 2 rooms, you ignore the third. If there's more, you just spawn in the first ones available and you ignore any further rooms.
Else.
I think on one of the tiles there's like 5 rooms. So the end 2 rooms won't spawn anything from a door card anyway. There are different missions that will spawn things in certain places. So that's the first door card. And a lot's happened, but I've still got 2 actions left. Now later on, Bjorn will be able to charge in. It's one of his skills. But at this stage, I can't buy that. Charge is very good because you can move and attack in the same turn. So in this case, what I need to do is decide whether I want to go in. I've still got 2 actions left. I'll have to use an entire action to get into the room, and it'll leave me 1 action to attack with. But everyone else behind me hasn't gone yet. So it does make sense for me to get stuck in and start doing some damage. Okay. Besides the fact I'm a big, scary shadow barbarian. That's the kind of thing I go
with a big axe.
So my second action is to move, which will generate 2 movement points. I'll move into there, and I'll lose the second of those points. I can't pick the chests up because there's mobs in there. Yeah, finding difficulty. He's actually going to go through the door. I can't pick.
He's just going to stand
You can't
there.
pick chests up until the mobs are gone. So I pretty much lose my second point of movement, and that just leaves me with my final activation, which is to attack.
There we go.
So their defence, as shown between their weapons and their cards, is nothing. They get no defence at all against what I'm about to do. And I have a 200 weapon, which gives me, I'll show you on there, I have no enchantments, but I do get 1 red dice.
Woo.
So I literally, I'm going to use the zombie side, cool mini or not, dice tower that we got, because it's easier than rolling dice and everything going
all over the place.
These cards are now particularly slidey,
they are.
and models are particularly easily knocked over. So I shall do it that way. Hopefully you can see it when it rolls. I can't even see what I've rolled.
I can't even see what you've rolled.
Everyone else can. I've rolled the maximum possible. I've rolled 3 swords.
Wow.
Sweet.
Cool.
And a diamond, but I have no diamond abilities. So let me just double check that. I have no diamond ability. Bjorn's signature ability is he can spend an XP to instantly kill a 1 targeted minion. His endurance is why that pegs 1 higher than I said before. Everyone had 5 XP. His endurance means he starts with +1 health.
Cool.
His shadow mode ability, which is not in shadow, can't be activated, but it would automatically cause 1 wound if I rolled a BAM. And then he has the headbutt ability, which once per activation you can do a headbutt for free. So we're going to do that next. But my actual attack has caused 3 wounds, and each of these mobs has got 3 wounds. So one of them is dead. Yay! Splat. And each mob on his own is worth a single point of XP. And in story mode, that's micro XP. Yay. So there we go. So that's the end of my turn, or it would be, but I'm going to activate my headbutt ability. I'm going to try and headbutt one of these guys. To headbutt, I simply roll 1 yellow dice, and I do wounds equal to the number of swords or BAMs to 1 enemy in the same area, which is 1. So one of these guys has been wounded, so we'll stick a wound token next to 1 single wound token.
1 single wound token.
Yeah. 1 single wound token, and there we go. That's Bjorn's turn done. So then it would move to the next player. In this case, I'm playing the next player as well. So Siegfried is up, and his first thing is to take his move action. He's going to move into the same room. He can use one move action to generate 2 movement points, which takes him into the room with Bjorn.
Actually.
Now, another point I don't think I did before was you cannot move out of a room with an enemy. And the enemy can't move out of a room with you in unless you have the slippery ability, just like Zombicide, same thing. Then you can move past people. So we're kind of trapping the enemy in there, but we're also trapped in there with them. So back to Siegfried, the dwarf. He's next. He has 2 actions left, which means
they get to counter-attack you.
Of course they do. Yes, we nearly forgot that.
Yes.
Counter-attacking. That's what happens when you start explaining things. You can try and jump ahead of yourself. They get to counter-attack against Bjorn before Siegfried moves. So moving back. Just so you know where we're
Sorry, mate.
We know what you're going to do. You just can't do it. So every time you attack an enemy, it gets a chance to counter-attack against you. So basically, it will activate. When an enemy activates, it will attempt to attack you. If it can't attack you, it will move, and it'll do that twice. So it can end up moving 2 spaces towards you if you're shooting from a distance. Or in this case, it doesn't need to move because it's in the same space as Bjorn. So they're just going to attack Bjorn. Now we know they get a yellow and a red dice. And the player who's getting attacked just rolls the dice. Bjorn, from his leather armour, gets a single blue dice in defence. So they've done pretty well there. They've actually caused 4 wounds.
Oh no.
I've rolled nothing on the defence dice, so there's nothing to deduct off that. They've rolled 1 yellow sword and 3. It's a lucky dice that, I shouldn't have used that. And 3 swords, so that's a total of 4 wins. That's a massive impact on Bjorn. Which, because he starts on 6, will take him down to 2. It's a big wound that. So anyway, yeah. So every time you attack the enemy, they'll get a chance to counter-attack, and then they'll still attack again in their own phase. So Siegfried's going to move in and try and do some damage as well.
Right.
So we're moving back in again. So that's his first action. Second action is to attack. He gets 1 yellow dice for the mace, but the attacker automatically loses a shield, and they don't have any shields anyway, so there's no benefit from that. He's no XP, so he can't use his special ability, and he could use Bloodlust if I want to re-roll, but we'll see what we get. 1 wound. So that causes 1 more wound to the wounded guy. And then he gets his final action, which is going to attack again. Which is another wound, which is enough to kill one of them. Because the guy was already wounded. So he'll get a micro XP. We'll lose another orc off the board. And then again, they will get to counter-attack. Siegfried again has the same leather armour on, which is a blue dice. But, as I said at the beginning, he has a revenge skill, so if each time he takes 1 or more points of damage, the enemy will take a wound. So if they do manage to inflict a wound, they'll take a wound. Which they have managed to do because I've rolled a blank dice again. So they've inflicted 2 wounds on him, which takes him down to 3. But he also wounds one of them using revenge. So that's Siegfried's turn. Now we move on to Elias's turn. Now Elias stood in shadow where he is. Magic users can use magic up to 2 spaces away. Magic is it 0 to 2 or is it 1 or 2? I can't remember. It's on the back of the I think it's
magic 1 to 2.
1 to 2, yeah. So you can't use magic in the same space unless you've got some other ability that allows you to. And you can only use magic up to 2 spaces away. It's different from range because range is 1+. You can't use a ranged weapon in the same space you're in, but there's no top range on it, so you can shoot all the way across the entire dungeon if you had a line of sight to do it. But magic only goes 2 spaces. So Elias, from the shadow zone, so he gets his shadow bonus, is going to attack the orcs. Now the staff does 1 yellow. His free class skill is to teleport. It's not useful in this case. And his signature is to enchant, so he can enchant actual spells as well. So he can put an enchant on, so that for every diamond that's rolled in an attack, he'll gain 2 BAMs.
Right. So
he can switch diamond to BAMs. And that's quite useful because there's a lot of BAM abilities and not a lot of diamond abilities. Especially for him. Right, so his first action is to attack using his staff. And that does 1 wound. His second action...
There's 2 wounds on there, so you possibly killed one.
That does 1 wound. Andy stood in a shadow zone, which gives him an automatic BAM. That BAM from the shadow zone can be used on the staff to activate the attack ability of the staff, which is an extra sword, which will be 2 wounds in total. So you said one was wounded?
Yeah, you've got 2 wounds on one already. If you've wounded again,
that's 2 wounds, so one's dead and one's got 1 wound on him. And he gets a micro XP. So hopefully we can do 2 wounds again and kill another one. Let's see. Well, we can do better than that. So we've got 2 swords and 2 BAMs. Right. Which allows me to explain the repeat rule and such. So I rolled that, so I can activate my shadow zone from that. I do 2 damage as well, so that'll be a total of 3 damage using the shadow zone. I activate my staff from that plus 2 damage. Now I'm also in shadow, so I get an extra BAM, but I don't have anything I can do with that. You can only use an enchantment once unless it's got repeat next to it. So if that said repeat 2, I'll be able to use it twice in the same attack. In this case I can't. So I only do 3 wounds, but I still enough to kill one outright and still leave 1 wounded, which is another XP. So now we have a 3rd attack, which is a blank. Wow, I return to normal. So nothing for the final attack, but I still generate, for being in the shadow zone, a BAM, and that can still be used on the staff to cause a wound. So the guy that's already wounded will take another wound. And my special ability, which I'll show you, is Zap. Once per activation, roll 1 yellow dice and deal that many wounds equal to the number of swords rolled, and that's range 0 to 2. I'll show you that. So for free, I get to roll one of these, and that does a wound. So the guy that's been wounded twice is also dead.
Yay!
So he kills yet another orc. I'm zapping him.
Remove him.
Leaving them with 1 orc and the boss.
The boss,
yeah.
yes.
That's all that's left over there now.
Right.
So now they will counter-attack, but they can't. They don't have slippery, so they can't move out of the same space as Bjorn and Siegfried. And they cannot counter against someone who didn't attack them. So they can't counter against Bjorn or Siegfried. They want to attack Elias, but they can't because they can't move out of the space. And they don't have a ranged weapon. If they had a ranged weapon, they'd be able to shoot him. If they had spells, they'd be able to shoot him. Or if they had some ability that allowed them to do it, they would be able to shoot him, but they don't. So they're just going to stand there and Elias is just going to laugh at them. So there we go, that's Elias' turn.
Cool.
So now we'll go over to Whisper.
Whisper, which is my little assassin here.
Yeah.
She's going to move into here because her spear is a melee weapon.
Yeah.
So some spears and javelins can be thrown.
Yeah.
And that's noted on the bow symbol, but this one is only a sword. So that is my first. Yeah,
so it's a sword weapon that can be used to perform a melee action, but from a range 0 or 1. So you can stand where you are now and just jab in through the door, basically.
Which is what I'm
what you're going to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you might. Stop them from counter-attacking you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're still in the shadow zone. So what's your shadow bonus?
My shadow mode bonus is the defender minuses 1 shield.
1 shield. In this case, it's not going to affect them because they don't have any anyway.
No.
But that's still very useful in the game.
My special skill is swift, so +1 movement point per movement action.
So you just moved because you generated a movement point, and actually generates 3 movement actions, not just
as
2.
Opposed to 2, yeah.
Which is very useful for getting around.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So you've used your whole action though just to move 1 space.
To move 1
so
space.
You can stabby.
Yeah.
And then what's the? Is it 1 yellow?
1 yellow.
So you got 1 yellow dice. They have no defense dice.
No. I just threw it on the floor.
Yeah, roll it in the dice tower. There's no.
Yeah. So we have two
swords
and a BAM.
Do you have any BAM abilities?
I don't have any BAM abilities unfortunately yet, but 2 swords.
2 swords is 2 wounds. So that's your second action.
That's my second
and for
action.
your final action.
Final action, I'm going to do exactly the same. Or maybe not. I've just got a blank.
A blank.
Yeah.
So that doesn't do anything.
So that doesn't do anything. She's just wafted the spear around.
So again, they now want to counter you, but they can't because you're not stood in the same space, and they can't leave the space they're in. So I'll move on to Owen.
Owen is going to move.
Yeah.
So he moves to there.
Yeah.
And then he's going to move in.
Yeah.
And he's got one more action, hasn't he?
No, he's got two actions. That was one action.
That was one action.
Yeah.
Right. So his next action is going to see if he can attack. So he gets one yellow dice.
So you got a long sword.
Got a long sword.
Right, so one yellow dice.
Yeah. He's got 2 swords there.
So he's done 2 wounds.
Yes.
The enemy has no defence. So that kills one guy.
That guy. And
wounds the boss. The boss is the only one left now.
So that's the point for him.
Yep, 1 micro XP in this case.
Yes.
If you're doing the normal mode, you just would ignore micro XP, it just counts as normal XP, which is a lot quicker to spend. You'll get a lot more skills a lot quicker, but you won't be able to keep them from game to game.
So his last turn, he's done exactly the
2
same.
more wounds,
2
so
more wounds.
you've actually killed him because he had 3 wounds and he had 1 on him, didn't he?
Yes,
so
he did.
That mob has been killed by Owen. Well done, Owen. You know, he doesn't kill anything when we
He
play.
doesn't, bless him.
So that will go into the discard pile. Owen will be given the battle axe. Now Owen can now give that to any other characters in the same spaces for free.
Right.
And if you get, then you can do a reorganise, whoever takes it.
Is that any good for your guys at all?
It's pretty good for Siegfried.
Well, take it.
Yeah.
Take it for Siegfried, that's fine.
So, just to show you the difference, the axe there that Bjorn's got has got 2 little hands in the corner, which means even though there's 2 slots on here, he cannot hold anything else because it's a 2-handed weapon. The mace, the starting mace that Siegfried's got, is a 1-handed weapon, as you can see by the little hand at the top, and the battle axe, which he's just been given because he's in the same space as Siegfried, Siegfried and Owen are in the same space, yeah, is also a single-handed weapon, so I can use both of those by putting them there.
Excellent.
So now when Siegfried attacks, he'll get another yellow dice, and he'll be able to use the ability on the battle axe that the boss was potentially using.
And that generates us 3 XP as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the boss dies, every character will get 3 XP. So that's 4 there. That's 4 there.
So when you reach 5, that means you get a point, doesn't it?
Yeah. And 1, 2, 3. Back to 0 for Elias. So Elias gets a proper XP point.
And so does Owen.
Yeah.
He's quite chuffed with his little self there.
Cool. Right.
That was
his third turn, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So Sybil's left
Sybil
to go.
is left. She is going to move into the room.
So 1, 2 to move. And then you can use...
My last action.
You've got 2 actions.
2 actions. I can take these... so
you generate another move action, which
yeah.
gives you 2 moving points. Pick them up, and then what are you using the other one for?
Shall I move into the next room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pick 2 treasure chests up, you're in a level 1 area, so I'll just pass them across to you.
Okay.
2 cards, I don't know what they are, they're up to you two.
Oh, we have a guillotine potion.
Yep.
Which, discard this card during the hero's activation, +1 action can be used immediately.
Yep.
And we have Armour of Life.
Armour of Life.
Yeah.
Yep.
So defence, when you get a BAM, the hero may heal 1.
So you were in the same space as Owen when you had picked that up, so you could give that to Owen.
Owen, yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you can reorganise. There's no limit to the amount of cards you can carry during a quest either.
Right.
The limit only comes after a quest when you've got to basically get rid of all your cards down to 6. But yeah, there's no limit to how many you can carry during a quest.
Right.
So you've traded that with Owen, then you've moved, and then you've got 1 action left. So you could pick those chests
Pick
up.
those other chests up and see what we get.
Yep. So there's 2 cards.
Alright.
I should give you the last card.
Okay. We have a Sceptre of Fear.
Awesome.
Which
Double
is
ice
attack, BAM, stun the enemy.
Yep.
2 yellow dice. So
Is that a single-handed weapon?
double-handed.
Double-handed?
Yeah. Oh no. Trap chests. Acid cloud.
Oh no.
Oh no. So resolve this card if the hero just picked up a treasure token, otherwise discard it and draw the next. All heroes in the same zone take 1 wound, draw a treasure card of the same level, and discard the card after resolution. So I've suffered a wound.
There's no one else in your space, so no one else takes a wound, luckily.
Yeah, so it's just me.
So that gets discarded.
Yeah.
And
it said take another treasure card. Yeah. Oh, this time I've got a dagger. Which has a shadow mode attack, so blank results get +1 dagger.
Yeah.
Sword, even.
Sword.
Because I just keep seeing dagger. I've got a javelin of sure strike as well. So, the attack may re-roll blank results 1 additional time, 2 yellow dice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So a few items there you can trade later.
Yes.
You didn't lose a turn for that, did you? You just got gassed.
I just got acid thrown at me.
You just got acid, so you just got a wound.
Yeah.
So you've still got a movement point left, so you can move into the next zone if you wanted. You stay where you are, it's up to you.
Yeah, I can move into the next zone, can't I? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's the last character to go. There's no mobs to counter attack at the moment. So at the end of the turn, the things you can do are on, I think, is it spend experience first? I can't remember where it goes now.
Yes, the experience phase. So spend experience points to get new skills.
Yeah, so there's no enemy phase because there's no enemies. So then it move on to experience phase where you can spend your experience point to buy the skills. And then
we have the
event phase.
Now,
the minimum skill is 5 XP, and I think two of us have got 1 XP, so there's nothing to buy. So we're straight on to the event phase. So whoever the player is will draw an event card and read it out aloud. Inflict 2 wounds to 1 enemy in a shadow zone. There's no enemies, so it doesn't have any effect. That is discarded. That's one of the positive ones. There's a lot of negative ones in there as well.
Like the big monsters coming out.
And then the first player token will move to the next player, in this case Siegfried. So Siegfried will be going first. So that was 1 turn. So Siegfried is going to move to where those chests are. So that's 2 points of movement, 1, 2. He's going to generate another movement point to both pick up the chests and pick up the key as well, which is on the floor. So now we've got the key. Do you get any XP for that? I can't remember, because it's been a while since we played. Sometimes when you pick stuff up...
When the library token is picked up, discard it and give 3 XP to the hero.
3 XP. So you'll go to 2, from 5 to 2, which will generate a cross piece of XP.
Ooh.
And 3 cards, was it?
Yes, 3 chests.
Put that one back, I didn't look at it. Right, so I've got a lucky find, so I might want to pick that up again, which is to draw 2 level 2.
Oh!
So draw a level 2 treasure card. So there we go, that's lucky find. Draw a level 2 treasure card. So we'll draw a level 2 one, so I'll just discard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a lesser healing potion. That will come in handy. I've also got some plate armour, which is better than what I'm wearing. It gives me +1 automatic shield. So we'll just put that on. And I also have a enormous gold sack. So one of the things we haven't mentioned before, because we don't have any treasure cards, is you can basically transmute cards. So if you've got 3 cards, 3 treasure cards, so I could actually do it now.
Because you've got the starting.
Because you can do it with starting equipment as well.
Oh, okay.
So if I take that leather armour, which I'm not going to be using anymore. So we have leather armour, that's 1 card. And then this will count as 2 cards. Normally you can do it with any 3 cards you want. During your turn, it's a free action. So if that was just another item, I could have used the potion as well. But I don't need to. The Gnomish gold sack will count as 2 cards. So they're going to be transmuted and you go 1 level higher than your lowest item. They're both level 1, so 1 level higher is a level 2 card, which is a javelin. So I've just generated a javelin card by getting rid of those. So we'll get rid of that leather armour and we'll put that in the discard pile. And the javelin can be used to resolve melee actions, and it's 1 of each coloured dice.
Oh, that's nice.
Pretty useful. Someone might want that.
Yeah.
Whisper might want that, I don't know.
Whisper might want that.
So that was my second turn, and the third one I'm just going to use to generate movement and open that door and move into the corridor. So we've cleared that set of rooms out. Elias is next, so he's going to move to the same space Siegfried's in. Not sure I want to go running ahead yet. As soon as you move on to this second tile, we'll activate. Well, you've got to go yet, haven't you?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's move on to the second tile. So I'm going to move there with the final movement action, and then we're going to kick this door open and see what's in there. So the dungeon's now gone up to level 2. So we change those 2 around, and we go open the door. So in room 1 there is no enemy, but there are 3 chests.
Right, okay. Let's go back.
So that's what we've just rolled. Ambush. Spawn a guard card in the active zone. In the hero's active zone. So a guard card is going to spawn there.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's an ambush. So spawn a guard card, we're now at level 2, which is Dwarf Warriors of all things. They're going to come armed, I've put it up there. They're going to come armed with a level 2 healing potion. So they cannot use consumables. So they can only use weapons, and they can only use weapons they can use. So they've got a healing potion on them, but they can't do anything with that. And what have we got? They're the dwarves, aren't they?
Yeah.
So there's 6 of them. So 3 and 3, and which one is it? The guy with 2 weapons.
Yeah.
Each one of these guys has 2 wounds. They have 2 yellow attacks. They have an attack bam plus 1 sword, and they have 2 blue defense. So up the game immediately.
Mm-hmm.
In the second zone is a special chest.
Special chest looks like that.
So if we pick them up, they'll generate treasure 1 level higher. And in the last zone we've got 2 chests. Yeah. Right, and that's the end of Elias's turn. But he didn't attack them, so they cannot counter-attack.
Ah.
They can only surround him menacingly.
And just look at him.
Now I could zap them, because I've still got my zap ability left, and it can be used in range 0 to 2, but that'll mean they'll be able to counter-attack against me.
And
But tactically I'm going to not do that. I'm just going to stand there. And it'll move on to Whisper's turn.
so Whisper can come running down.
Yeah.
And attack in.
So for 1 point of movement you can move into the same space as Siegfried.
Yep.
You could trade this javelin for a second action and then attack him once.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think this javelin's going to be better. Siegfried's got. Yeah.
It's a 2-handed one, so I'll take my 1-handed one out.
Yeah. So you get to reorganise for 3
Yeah.
during a trade.
Okay.
And that leaves you with 1 action.
So I can throw this javelin in at them because this one is a ranged one. So I get 1 yellow and 1 red.
And they will get 2 blue, because dwarves are pretty tough.
Could I have a red dice as well?
Red for yourself?
Yeah.
So you do have a slight advantage because you've got a stronger attack than their defence.
And my free class skill is the hero is considered in shadow mode for the first action, for the first attack each activation.
For the first attack?
Yeah.
And only attack. But yeah, so you're in shadow mode.
Yeah.
Even though you're not in shadow mode.
So that allows me to -1 defence. Which has come in handy, actually.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 blue, which have got 2 shields on.
Do you get any rerolls or...
Unfortunately,
bams?
no.
No bams there.
No bams.
So your shadow mode attack will remove 1 of the shields.
So that's gone. So what one...
Only 1 wound's got
1 wound's got 3.
And they got 2 wounds each. So you've wounded 1.
Wounded 1 at least.
Yeah.
And they've wondered where that's come from.
Yeah, because they didn't know you attack.
Yeah. They turn around going, ow!
So they can counter attack against
Whisper.
They can't counter attack if you're in shadow and not in line of sight. You are in line of sight even though you're technically in shadow. So they could counter attack against you if they had a ranged ability, but they don't because they can't move out the same space that Elias is in. So they are still stood there wondering what's going on.
Right.
And it's
Owen's turn. Owen is going to try and get into the action if he can, or as near as to the action.
2. So his first move will get him to where Sybil is. Second move will get him into the action. He'll have a movement. You'll have an action left, which you can use to attack with.
Excuse me.
The brave
Can
paladin.
you just move it a little bit? Sorry. Pushing everyone.
Move out of the way.
Get out of the way. Right. So with his.
He's lost his Welsh accent as well.
He has, yeah.
He had a Welsh accent when we were playing before.
He did, but I didn't want to be undiverse.
I quite like the Welsh accent actually.
I can't do it very well. So, he gets 1 yellow dice and they get 2 blue dice, don't they?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So he's got a bit of a disadvantage.
He has,
but he's a tank, so...
Ooh! We have a blank blue dice, we have a blue dice with a shield on, and we have 2 swords and a BAM. Now, I don't do anything with the BAM, however, one
but you have caused a wound.
Gone through, so that's
killed
one.
Yes, well done.
Yes, thank you. Wow. First time we ran through with this with Owen, he
didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything.
He did take a lot of hits though.
He did.
So did you get your XP for that?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's his action done with.
Yeah.
We have Sybil.
Yeah.
So Sybil can jump out.
She's got a bow, so that's 1, and she drops a 2nd point of movement. She can just shoot twice.
Shoot him. So
what's she shooting with?
2 yellow dice.
2 yellow dice.
Yeah.
So there's the yellow. So it's kind of an equal attack.
Yeah. We have 1 blue dice with a shield.
Yeah.
1 with a blank.
Yeah.
I've got a blank.
Yeah. You're not in shadow mods, you don't get shadow mod bonuses.
But I do get a special skill, eagle-eyed.
Yeah.
May re-roll a blank result 1 additional time.
So you can re-roll the blank dice.
Re-roll that one. Oh,
sword.
1 sword.
Sweet. So that's gone from wounding
to actually killing one.
So we'll remove those guys.
That is 1
Yeah.
XP for me. So I'll try again. See
Yeah.
what we can come up with. So that's what we've got. So two swords, 1 blank and a shield. So 1 wound this time. Well, it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing.
Actually, I could drink that guillotine potion, couldn't I?
And get an extra action. Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Glug, 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 glug.
Glug, glug, glug.
Yes. Rum punch.
Tastes like guillotine.
So another action.
So wood, metal and...
Oh, not successful this time. Not very good.
Oh no.
Oh.
Fortunately they have no defensive BAMs, so...
No, so never mind.
So we're a wasted potion.
Well, we want to know.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's right, so just leaves Bjorn to go. So Bjorn's going to do what Owen did and move into the same space and attack.
So he's going to come out of the door.
Doesn't matter which way he goes, same either way. Yeah. It doesn't matter which way he goes at all. He's going to attack.
What accent was that?
I wasn't even trying to do an accent, did I do that? I'm talking to myself, really. Right, so he gets 1 red dice. And he can use his headbutt as well. 1 red dice does nothing because of their defense. But he can headbutt. So see if headbutt does everything. One of them's wounded, so there's a chance. Yes, kills one of them. He's been headbutted to death. That gives him a point of XP, which takes him to 5. Convert that to proper XP. But now there we get to counter against him. So they get 2 yellow dice. He gets 1 defense dice.
Can I just say, you get a defense from myself actually.
Do you have taunt?
I don't yet.
Doesn't have taunt.
Not until I spend 5.
When you get taunt, you can choose to take damage if you're in the same square.
Yeah.
But you'll give me an automatic defense, will you?
I will do, yeah. Because defense plus 1 shield to other allies in the same zone. Or I could spend 1 XP. If an ally within 1 zone is attacked, place your figure into that zone and become the target of that attack.
Cool.
So I could do that if you want, and I'll get 2 blue dice.
So you can do it.
If I spend 1 XP, it's my signature move.
Oh, your signature move.
Bodyguard.
Bjorn does only have 2 wounds left. They get a BAM plus 1 sword. You'll be giving me plus 1 defense. They're rolling double my attack. It is a waste of XP though.
But it'll save you from...
That said, we've still got 2 restores left. So we're probably not going to lose, he says. Famous last words, isn't it?
You're going
Brave
for
Barbarian. Brave Barbarian. He doesn't want Owen to get hurt. It was a good choice as well, because 1 shield plus the shield from you.
Yeah.
cancels their attack. So that's their counter attack anyway.
Right, cool.
Great stuff. And everyone's gone, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so now it's actually the enemy's phase. So during the enemy's phase, these guys are going to want to attack us. They will attack whoever they can attack, which is the 3 people in that space.
Mm-hmm.
They'll attack whoever's got the most XP. Elias and Bjorn have 1, but 0 micro XP.
Owen has 1, but 1 micro XP.
So they'll attack Owen.
That's fine.
Which is kind of what we wanted.
Yeah.
Because Owen's the tank.
He is.
So how many defence dice does he get?
He gets 2 blues.
2 blues.
Yes.
And they get 2 yellows.
And if I get a BAM, I get to heal. I may heal 1.
Sweet.
Nice. So I'm going to re-roll that one because I can re-roll any blank. So defence may re-roll blank results 1 additional time.
Are they?
That'll do. So we have 2 swords coming in. However, I have 4 shields and 2 BAMs.
Yeah, so no
So
chance.
nothing.
Tanked it.
Tanked it.
Tanked it. Right, so Sophie will draw an event card. And that is to spawn a roaming monster!
Yay!
Kind of what we wanted, isn't it? Spawn a roaming monster card. Place the enemy in the zone with the token of the current level +1. Or the level if it's not present. So it will spawn here.
Right, so we have...
So if there was 3 zones and it was there was a level 3 zone, it would spawn in a level 3 zone.
Right.
But there isn't, so I'll just spawn there.
So we have Lily Arch.
Oh, joy.
The Naga.
So the Naga hasn't turned up. See, now things are getting interesting.
So her attack, she gets a BAM. She attacks the same target again, only triggers once per activation. She has 3 yellow swords and 3 defence.
And she's armed with a shield of all things. So she gets actually no, it doesn't do any difference because she already gets 3 blues.
3 blues, yeah.
And the character shield just has 2 blues. So
right, okay.
that's given her no advantage whatsoever.
Oh well, she's picked it up and she's thought, oh, this looks rather good. I'll take this.
Just towing it around with her.
Yeah.
Right. So, like the mob cards, you've got all the things at the bottom. Unlike the mob cards, they come in on their own, so there's no amount to that side. But also, unlike the mob cards, they have a ×4 hearts, which basically means you use the number of players ×4 to generate their health. So there you go. So it'll be 6 ×4. So what you do with this is you get all the tokens from your reserve and you put them on the card, and then as you wound it, you take the tokens off. So just pass them across. Yep. 1, 2, 3, that's 15. 20.
24.
Yeah, 4 more please.
4 more.
Thank you very much. So yeah, and as these level up, so she's only a lesser
roaming
yeah,
monster.
If she was a grey monster, she'd have more wounds and more abilities.
40 odd, wouldn't she?
But she's still going to, these are all level 1 heroes, so this is still going to be quite the battle. So she's turned up at the end of the turn, so she doesn't do anything this turn, but next turn she will. The first player token is going to go across to Elias now, so he's going to be going first. So he can't attack anything in his own space anyway, but it doesn't mean he can't shoot things in, he can't shoot the monster. I think that might be where he's going to go. He does have teleport, which counts as being slippery as well. I'm in the shadow zone already though.
You are.
I may as well stay where I am and shoot the Liar thing.
Can you do that? Can
Yeah.
you shoot over the monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Let me check that. Yeah, it doesn't say anything in the rule. The only thing that blocks is mobs blocking their boss. That's all it says.
Right. We shall go with that.
Yeah.
It'd
be the same for them if like before when we were stopping them from moving, if they had a range attack they could shoot past us.
Yeah, to get to the person that counter strike, yeah, so
3 actions.
Get a fireball in her face.
Fireball. I wish I could activate a fireball. That's an awesome spell. She has 3 blue dice though. which isn't great.
Yeah, because of that flipping shield, is it?
I'm in shadow mode, so I'm causing an automatic bam.
Aha.
Just remember that. So first round, one automatic bam, as long as there's an extra sword, so nothing, I'm afraid, because I've only rolled one sword. Second action, she's rolled 2 shields, I rolled 2 swords and a bam, which does actually do 1 sword. Unfortunately I can't repeat that, although I'll be able to do 2 damage, but so I can only do 1 damage. But it's 1 damage.
1 damage at least. Well done.
And with my last action, and remember I do have zap as well. Oh, I dropped my dice. There we go. Nothing that time, because she got 2 shields. I've done 1 sword. I get my free bam for being in shadow battle. It equals her defense. Wow. So we'll end that with a zap, which is 1 damage. Oh. Same as all my other attacks combined.
Yeah, but at least we're whittling her down.
I could have used zap against the dwarves though, because it's 0 to 2. But I'd start using against her.
Yeah.
Because I got over exuberant. Right.
Right.
Whisper.
Whisper is going to stab in to the dwarves.
Yeah.
So.
Just for a point as well, she could have counter-attacked if she had an ability to counter-attack. Same with monsters. But she has no range or spells, so...
She's only got melee.
Yeah, she's only got melee. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean she will move into the zone, won't it? Of course it does.
She does, yeah, she does.
Yeah, forgot about that. So she'll move into the zone.
Yeah, and you're in line of sight as well.
Yeah, I'm in line of sight. See, that was a really bad idea now, I'm on the flash.
Yeah.
Anyway, she will attack me because she has 2 activations. Bugger.
You could have done with just not.
You don't have taunt, do you? Right.
No, but I can use the bodyguard, couldn't I?
And you got to sing that if you do.
Oh right, okay. If an ally within one zone is attacked, place your figure. Well, I'm already in there and become the target of that attack.
Elias has got 4 wounds. I'm gonna.
And I will give you a defence.
And you're giving me a defence.
I'm giving you a defence.
I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. I've rolled no defence and she's rolled 3 attacks. She's not rolled any bams, thankfully, because attacks attack the same target again if she rolls a bam.
But you do get a defence from me.
But you're giving me 1 defence, which means instead of 3 wounds, I will only take 2, which takes me down to 3. It was all worth it. There we go. Really forgot that one.
Yeah.
Right, so now we'll move on to Whisper.
Whisper is going to stab. She's going to jab in with the spear. So she'll have to attack the dwarves first of all, won't she?
See, what I should have done is teleported out in the last attack.
Yes, and then she wouldn't have been able to see you.
Should have moved into that space and then done nothing else.
Well, she wouldn't have been able to move, would she? Because if you're not in line of sight and you're in a shadow zone...
I'd still be in line of sight. Unless I teleported into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have done that. Okay. Wasn't thinking.
Right. Whisper.
Yeah.
She's going to...
Before I interrupt you again.
Stab in. So,
what does she need?
I need...
Are you attacking the dwarves?
I'm going to have to, aren't I?
Well, no, you could attack the Leo thing. I'll attack the dwarves, get rid of them.
I'll attack the dwarves, get rid of them. So I need a red dice, please, as well as... Yeah. Tap. So I get a yellow and a red and 2 blues for them. Yeah. I'm considered in shadow mode as well.
For your first attack.
For my first attack. Nothing's happened, unfortunately.
What did you get?
I got 2 shields.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I can minus one of those shields off.
Yeah, you
my shadow mode. Yeah, so
1 wound.
1 wound.
They don't have any wounds, do they?
No.
So one's been wounded.
One's been wounded.
So it's your second attack, but you don't get your shadow mode ability now.
No. This time they've only rolled 1
so you've
shield.
got 2 wounds.
2 wounds. So
that's one of them dead. The wound still stays on the other guy.
1 XP from some.
1 XP, yeah. And you get one more attack.
Oh, this time we have 3 swords.
One wound.
Yes, one wound.
Which kills the wounded guy. So that's another XP.
And that's 5, so I go back to 0 and I have an XP!
Yay! So now they're going to want to counter attack you, but they can't because they're stood in the same space as us. Right.
Right. So Owen's turn.
Owen's turn.
I'll give you that red dice back.
Yep.
He's only got a yellow.
So he's going to target the dwarves first.
Yeah. He's not done anything, unfortunately.
Yep.
He's going to try again. Again, he's not done anything. He's gone back to form.
Yeah, this is what he normally does. He's got one action left.
Nothing.
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 Right.
Well done, Owen.
So they're going to counter strike against him.
Right. So he will get 2 blue dice and they get what?
Do you want to counter strike if you wound? That's the other thing. Yeah, just wanted to check that. Just to make sure we worded it right. So,
enemies that the hero attacks during his activation, whether he wounds them or not, and or which still alive, after he performed all his actions, will try to counter strike.
So they need 2 yellow dice.
So could I have another yellow dice?
Yeah, that's whatever Owen's got.
He's got 2 blue.
Show me what you've got.
You can re-roll that blank.
Yeah.
And he's got a bam as well. So we've got 3 shields and 2 swords.
Yeah.
So they've not done anything.
Okay. So Sybil's turn, is it?
Sybil's turn. She's going to shoot in to the fray.
Yeah.
She gets 2 yellow and they get 2 blue, don't they?
Yeah.
So I'm going to re-roll the blank. Ooh, that's nice.
So what have you got?
We've got a bam.
Yeah.
But I'm not in shadow, am I? That's a shame. So I've got 3 swords and 2 shields, so 1 wound's got 3.
Yep. So one's been wounded.
Yep.
Second
attack.
Yep.
Bit better this time, they've only got 1 shield and I've got 4 swords.
Yeah.
So 3 wounds, I've got 3.
3.
3. Yeah,
nice.
we've got 1 shield, 1 blank.
Yeah. I can't see the dice from
swords.
there, so
sorry.
And I can camera.
I'm sorry, camera. I'm sorry, people. There we go.
So yeah, 3 wounds. Yeah. So you've killed the wounded one, and you've killed the boss.
Yay!
Well done, you've annihilated the dwarves. So you get 1 XP for the guy.
Yep. So.
And all of us get 3 XP for the boss. Take that off. Remove that. And you also get the lesser healing potion that he has.
Thank you.
Which you can choose to give to anybody in the same space.
Yeah, there's only Siegfried, isn't there, in the same space as me?
And a whisper.
Yeah, a whisper. But is anybody wounded over there?
Yeah, both my guys are wounded.
So if I give that to
you give it to Siegfried.
Yeah, and then.
That'd be quite useful.
There you go.
Awesome sauce.
All right.
So he's up to 2 XP, and beyond.
Okay.
Sweet. Right. Beyond's turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, Beyond's going to trade with... no, he's not. He's not in the same space.
Unless he moves out of the space, trades and moves back in.
Can't move out of the space.
Oh, she's there.
So my choice is to attack her and take a counter attack.
Although...
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
There you go. And there's the dice.
What's her defence? 3 of those. And you got 1. Still got your starting equipment. We're in shadow mode though, so he's automatically going to do 1 wound from your shadow mode ability before we even start. Because it's not an extra sword, it's an automatic wound. Which is all he does on the first round. So 1 wound though. And again. And that's been completely ignored by her defence. But he does 1 wound.
Yay!
He did get 2 bams there, but you can only use the shadow bam or that bam.
Right.
So, and the last round, is again same. She's ignored all the damage, but does take 1 wound. So we switch that around for a 4.
For 4, yeah.
And he's going to headbutt. Because she's okay. Headbutt. 1 wound. So 3 tokens.
3 tokens on that. Yeah.
So she's going to attack him.
But if you don't want to, I can either do bulwark or.
He's getting a dice off you.
You'll get a +1 off me. +1, 2.
Fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine. She won't maul him at all. Oh, she's mauled him.
Really?
You get +1 dice shield, don't you?
From me, yeah.
Yeah, that's killed him.
Okay, so we put him down.
He goes down.
He goes down. Right.
Though, he goes down, doesn't he?
And then we're resurrected.
But
is it at the end of the turn?
Siegfried can use these to heal him.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's Siegfried's turn anyway, so he's going to move into the same space.
Right.
For his first action.
Yeah.
For his second action, he's going to use these.
Okay.
To heal. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it says on the tin.
It says discard a card. Discard this card. Heal up to 2 hero or 1 ally in the same zone. He's still in the same zone, he's just down. You don't remove him from the board.
You don't resurrect him until everyone's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So, he was going to use one himself, but using both on... Yeah, he does have some better armour though, so he's going to attack.
Okay.
So he gets 2 yellow dice. One from his mace, one from his battle axe. And he's in the shadow, so he's automatically causing a sword already. And if he gets a bam, he can remove 1 of her yellow dice.
Oh! Get a bam.
Did get a bam.
Oh.
He did 1 sword of damage though, but his mace removed 1 of those, so he did 2 swords of damage.
Excellent.
So it's 2 damage.
2 damage.
From his, that was his only action, wasn't it?
Yes, because he moved in.
Yeah, he moved in and traded. Right.
So does he come back up again?
Moved in and used. Yeah, he should be still. So she's going to counter attack, which is 3 yellow.
Again, I'm giving you a
+1. So I'm getting +1 from a plate armour, +1 from being in the same zone as Owen, and she's rolled 2 swords, and I've rolled nothing else, but the armour and Owen have counted it.
Cool.
Right, that's the end of his turn, and it is the enemy's turn. So she's an attack. Who's got the most XP?
Owen has 1.
And Siegfried has 2. So it's going to be Siegfried again.
Okay, again, I'm giving you these.
So she'll activate, try and attack. She can. It's not great. She's given me 1 shield. And my arm's given me 1 shield. So I've got 3 shields. She's got 4 attacks. She's wounded me once. And she's banned, so she gets to roll again. She can only do this once, I think. Oh, but she's caused another wound, hasn't she? Yeah. So 3 swords, shield, shield, and then she's banned, but she can only ban an extra attack once.
Once, yeah.
So I'm down to 1 wound.
Right.
No healing potion.
No.
Right.
We're going to have to get someone in that room.
To get chests. Elias can teleport out.
Sybil can go in, she's got slippery.
She's got slippery. She can go in and try and get some...
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's got a really good bow though compared to...
Oh yeah, there is that. Well,
to be
she's
fair,
only got a level 1 bow.
I think she's best shooting in. So.
Right, okay.
Right. So, end of the turn, we need to pull the event card.
Do you want me to pull the event card for you?
Yeah. Okay, spawn a guard card. Place the enemy in the zone with the current level token +1. So they're there.
Oh, level 2.
Level 2.
We've got goblin archers.
That's the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah. How many have we got? Is it just 6?
I see they get a bow or something. Not the ice sword, which is nearly as bad, because they can still use it. So yeah, we get 6 archers and the shamany goblin.
Shamany goblin, so that's 2. There's another 2. There's another 2. And there's the Shamely Goblin guy.
Shamely Goblin person. His name's Reginald. Right.
Okie dokie. So it's Whisper's turn, isn't it?
Whisper's turn first. Give you the first turn.
Yeah. Right. Whisper is going to jabby
into the thing.
Yeah, into the Naga.
Naga woman.
Naga woman. So she gets one yellow and one red. Though it is a ranged weapon.
One thing I did forget, I am going to do it.
What's
the
that?
Naga woman wounded Siegfried, so she loses a wound from his vengeance.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not accepting this, that didn't happen.
No, we're not.
Right, so go on.
We were having a picnic and we didn't realise.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I need a yellow and a red, please.
Yellow and a red.
Yeah, I could have done with being in shadow mode, but for my first activation,
You are for your first
I am
activation.
considered, yeah.
And you're attacking her.
Yeah.
So it's a 3 dice.
Right.
Like I said, that's for myself, not for the shield. Just talking the shield.
So I can remove one of those shields.
Remove a shield.
A shield, so I'm removing that one.
Yeah.
So I have 4
No, don't
dice.
glasses, unfortunately.
And I've not done anything, unfortunately.
4 and 4. You don't have a diamond ability,
No.
so it's done nothing.
Nothing, so I'll try again.
And this is without the shadow of Thornash. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit better. We have 1 shield, 2 blanks, and 3 swords.
wounds. Nice. 2 more back, please.
Yep. So that was my second
Second,
go.
so you got 1 more.
1 more.
Come on, finish her. You can do 12 wounds. Easy.
I wish. Oh, no. 1 wound's got 3. There was two shields, a blank, 2 swords, and 1 sword, so 1's got 3.
So, Owen.
Owen.
So she can't counter-attack you. So
No.
that's fine. So, Owen.
Owen could do with a better sword.
We could all do with better gear. It's
Yeah.
just one of those things.
Owen has 1 yellow dice, so I'll give you that red dice back.
Yeah.
Come on, Owen, do something.
He's not going to do anything against that. No, I'm on real dice.
It's not. No.
That's maximum shields nearly.
Yeah. No.
And
3.
I can't see. So,
3 shields, bam, and a sword.
so nothing.
Nothing.
Last action. Hero.
Oh. 2 blanks, 2 shields, and a sword.
So she's going to attack him.
Him.
There's her yellow dice.
Alright.
At least she didn't get the ice sword.
No, that's true. So he gets 2 shields.
Look at those, Siegfried's still got the most XP and he's going to get shot to death if she doesn't.
Nothing. We got 2 shields, 2 swords, and a blank.
So she can she not reroll the blank? She's not in shadow. Or what's the...
Well, no, she's
No,
attacking.
she can't attack anything.
No.
She can't do anything.
No.
She didn't get anything.
So she didn't
Right.
get anything.
Sweet. That'll do. Sybil's turn.
Sybil.
Yeah.
Sybil can shoot in.
Mhm.
And try and...
You guys shoot the goblin.
What do you want me to do?
Shoot her.
Shoot her. Okay. So I need 2 yellow dice.
Because the goblins will be able to shoot you back.
Yeah.
So shoot her.
So she gets 3 blue, doesn't she?
3 blue.
3 blue, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Ooh, that's good. That's what we got. But I got a bam in there.
Yeah.
But I'm not in shadow. Ah. Ah.
That's good. It's not done anything.
It's not done anything. That's a shame. Oh, can I not be in shadow? Right, I'll try again.
Yep.
I'm going to re-roll that blank. Nothing.
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 Last action.
This is bad. One's got through.
1.
Yeah, we've got 2 blue blanks, 1 shield, blank from... Oh, I can re-roll that blank.
Reroll the blank. Another damage, is it?
Yes. 2 damage.
2 damage, so 3.
That's right, isn't it?
She only roll one shield.
Yeah, she's only got one shield and I've got 3
I'll
swords.
tell you where it is. I can't see
There
what
you
you
go.
roll. Is that what you roll?
Yeah, there you go.
Right. So it's
It's now your turn.
Bjorn, isn't it?
Bjorn.
Bjorn. Oh, Bjorn, what are you going to do? You going to stab her? Yes. Yes, I am. So the automatic does one wound because he's in shadow, so I may as well go for it. I can only die horribly. Whoa, 3. So that's 1 wound from the swords, 1 wound from shadow mode. It's 2 wounds gone. There we go. Around 2. Oh, that's not doing anything. But it has still done 1 wound because the band still counts as a wound.
Ah, okay.
Not a sword. So it still does 1. That's ignored her defense, but ignored the attack. The BAM doesn't do anything, but I still get my extra wound from my shadow ability. So she got 4 wounds, and he's going to headbutt her. Which does another wound, so she got 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Oh, that's a shame.
So she's going to attack back.
Yeah. He gets +1 shield off her win, doesn't he?
He does.
Right. Right, so she's done 2 wounds to him.
Right.
He's back down to 2. Right, okay. Siegfried, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Siegfried's got 1 wound.
Oh dear.
So he has to be able to kill her. He has to.
Come on, Siegfried.
So he gets 2 yellow, she gets 3. So he does +1 sword. So that does nothing. Second attack. So she gets -1 defense off the mace. Yeah, it does nothing. Second attack. She gets -1 defense off the mace. So that's 2 wounds +1 extra. So that's 2 wounds. She's got 1 more. Come on, Siegfried.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's done it. Killed her. Right, so the mob's dead. Dramatic death. And everybody gets 5 XP. So
Just
instead of doing micro XP, just move your normal XP along.
Yeah.
He gets given the shield, but we'd only be better with that. So you can just give it, because he's in the same space.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I can take that.
Thank you.
And his turn's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's only Elias to go. Nuts.
Does he not? Can he not have a extra ability or anything? Is he nothing that can generate an extra movement?
No. There, so that's his turn over. So he's going to get shot to death instead at the end of the turn. Unless Elias charges into combat, but then he'll just get mulled by the ice sword. Elias is going to move into this room. So that's 1 point of movement. Second point of movement is to pick up these 3 things. Hopefully there's a healing potion or something. There is plate armour, there is a hammer, and there is a battle staff. So that'll be good when he goes to level 2. Plate armour and a hammer. Neither, because he's already wearing plate armour. Wait a minute. Actually, that plate armour is better than that plate armour, but he's not level 2, so he can't wear it. Drat.
Oh, that reminds me, I can't use that then, can I?
Not yet. Keep hold of it though.
Yeah.
Right. So I may as well move into this space and pick this up. So that's a special chest.
I've just realised I've been using the wrong javelin.
That's a special chest. So I've got a kite shield as well. And one action left. I can't do anything to these guys really, so I'm just gonna pick up the last 2. treasure tokens, which is a fireball level 2 and some more plate armour.
Okay.
We've got some good gear for later, but we are going to lose Siegfried, I imagine now. Okay, so now it's the enemies phase, and they're going to shoot. The target is line of sight. Hang on a second though. Do they shoot someone who's in shadow or someone who's in line of sight? Because these guys stood in the light.
Let me have a look.
Let's have a look. We'll shoot Siegfried. He's got highest XP, that's how they target. Doesn't matter if he stood in shadow.
Right.
Okay. So their attack is 2 arranged yellow dice. Siegfried's defense from his plate armour is +1 shield.
I'll give him a +1 shield.
And +1 shield, and he gets 1 dice. There's a chance he could survive it. Which he does. He's only scored 2 shields. And he gets 1 shield from his dice, 1 shield from his arm, and 1 shield from Owen.
Yep.
Sweet. That's what I say. Excellent. They didn't roll any bombs, thankfully, because that gives them +2 swords.
Ah.
Right, so that's their turn over. It goes to experience mode. No one's got enough experience to spend. And then it'll go to
Event
phase, which is Whisper. So what have we got?
We have spawn a guard card, place the enemy in the zone with the token of the current level -1.
That's behind us anyway.
Ignore this card at level 1.
That hero level 1.
It just says ignore this card at level 1.
No, if you're on level 1.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because you can't spawn on level 0.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I am on level 1, aren't I?
Yeah, the dungeon's on level 2.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a shame.
So guard card. Level 2 guard card.
Dwarf defenders.
Dwarf defenders. There's this
The ones
cleaver
the
ones.
cleaver ones, yeah.
Cleavers. 6 of them. And a boss. And they're armed with, of all things, shields. These are going to be almost impossible to kill.
Yay.
We don't have to kill them, we just have to get off the damn board.
Yeah, so we have to crash into those
So
archers.
Owen's going first.
Yes, I'll move this to Owen.
Yeah. Alright.
So Owen can
Move into the
move
space
into
and
the
attack
space and
twice.
attack twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
Yep. What's his attack?
1 yellow.
1 yellow.
Yeah.
The goblins have 1 blue.
So
pretty equal attack.
pretty equal attack in here.
Yep.
Oh. We have 1 shield, 2 swords, and a bam.
Does the bound do anything?
No, it just heals me.
Right.
Heal
So
and I heal.
you've
So
done a wound.
I've done a wound.
They've got 1 wound each, so you've killed 1.
Right.
That's the XP.
Okay. So 1 more.
Yep.
Put me
They are
so
quite
that's
weak.
5. So go to so 1 more.
Yep.
Come on. Nothing.
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 Give me hopes of that.
Yeah. Whisper's going. Sorry, Sybil. It's Sybil,
Sybil.
isn't it? She's going to move into here and shoot into them.
Yep. What I'm thinking of, if we can get away from those dwarf defenders, we don't have to fight them.
Yes.
So if you stand there, they will actually be able to attack you at the end of the turn. You've got slippery though, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you could use 1 move to get to there, slip past the guards to the exit, and then shoot backwards.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
It's only 1 round of shooting,
Okay.
but it gets you away from being attacked by the dwarves.
I need 2 yellow.
2 yellows?
Oh, sorry, I've already got 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to re-roll those 2 blanks. Nothing.
Nothing.
All blanks.
All blanks.
Yeah.
You're only firing blanks. Nice.
Yeah. I've run out of arrows.
Yeah. It's up to Bjorn then. So he's going to move into the space, which gives him 2 attacks. We're in shadow still, so one of them's already dead before I even rolled. He just doesn't know it yet. And I've rolled 2 blanks. So one of them's dead though from my BAM.
Ah!
From the shadow mod.
Cool.
Does a wound. Oh wait, no. Oh no, I've been doing that wrong. I've been thinking of the wound. No, it doesn't do a wound. It doesn't roll a bam. Oh, damn it. Okay, come on. I did a bam. 3 dead. That's the problem with playing multiple characters. You start to confuse their abilities.
Yeah, you forget which is which.
Yeah, so it only does +1 bam for a wound does when you roll a bam.
Right.
Yeah. Don't automatically generate a bam like Elias does.
Ah.
There we go. We know that now. So that was his final attack, apart from his headbutt, which is free, and kills 3 of them. He's headbutted 3 of them into oblivion.
This one.
Wow.
So, that's that one.
Let's keep all of the ice swords for now. Figure it out afterwards. That's his turn.
Yep.
So Siegfried is... We're not going to take these dwarves, are we?
No, I'd just run towards the exit.
Yep. Let's move to the exit.
Elias.
Elias is going to...
Can he teleport?
Yeah, not through walls.
Ah, right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that is it then. It's on anyway.
Right.
That was his Whisper.
Whisper has the Swift, so yeah.
Okay, so as long as nothing spawns on this
On there.
on level 2, those 2 can move off.
Yes.
So they'll now go by moving 1, can't attack, moving 2, can't attack, so they'll just stand there. And then Owen will pull the event card.
Yeah, and hope it's...
And hope it's nothing nasty. What you got?
Place 2 normal treasure tokens
Seriously?
in a zone with the current level token.
There you go.
So we
Not
get
joking.
2
You
tokens
grab them
there.
before you leave then.
Yeah.
So it's
Sybil.
Civil. So she's on the exit token, she doesn't have to do it.
Shouldn't have to do anything. You want to move with
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn's going to grab those tokens for him.
Okay.
So,
Let's give them back then.
and he gets a Spear of Impalement, and he gets a short sword. I'll move that there. And he's going to move to the exit. So it'll go to Siegfried, he's on the exit. Ice on the exit. Whisper's on the exit.
He's going to move to the exit.
So we've escaped. And didn't
Yes.
happen to kill us last.
We've gone.
We've got out of there before we all die horrible. Okay. So yeah, there was a couple of errors we made, especially that Shadow Mod skill. I figured that out at the end there.
I equipped a
You get to level 2 javelin for level 2.
which I shouldn't have done.
Which in the normal game you can do, that's the confusing thing.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's the end of the introduction. I hope that's helped some people. I know I made a couple of things wrong. So in story mode, what would happen now is we'd go to the town. So we'll do that bit before we end. So we'll show you how the town works. So I'm just going to move these guys off. So they survived, so we'll just discard that for now. And discard that for now. Bring that out of the way. And move our heroes. So when you go to town, you generate the shops basically. Shops are stocked with 6 level 1 treasure cards. They're also stocked with 6 cards equal to the lowest level of your team. So if someone's if you're all level 2 but someone's level 1, it'll still be level 1. In this case everyone's still level 1, so it's 6 more level 1 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that was a good guess, 6. And 1 equal to each level. So if there was 3 level 3s and 3 level 4s, it'd be 3 level 3s and 3 level 4s, or whatever the levels of the characters are. They're all level 1, so 6 level 1 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So that's what's available at the shops. So you can trade items you've got So you can basically, I've got a level 2 fireball there. So I'd give that to Sybil, or I could trade that at the shop for 2 level 1s. Or if I had 2 level 1s in my hand and this was a level 2, I could trade 2 level 1s for a level 2. So you can trade that way. You can also trade in your gear for XP points.
Right.
And you get half the value of the XP of the gear. So a level 2 item will be worth 1 XP, a level 3 item would be worth 2 XP because you round up. Level 1 is worth 1 because you round up. So each character is now, we'll have a think and see what we're going to do. What we're going to do is, Claire's given me the Sceptre of Fear for Elias. So I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to get rid of my starting equipment, which is level 1. Now I can swap that for experience. Yeah. I can also swap this level 3 kite shield, which is no use to anyone at the moment, for 2 experience. That takes me to a level 5 on XP. So let's get rid of that. And then I can spend this 5 XP on one of these first abilities. Now it still only leaves me at level 1. I'd need, well, if I actually spend it on the health bonus, it would take us to level 2 and I could use level 2 gear. That's also a decent choice actually. I'm going to do that on Elias. I'm going to give him the extra health first. That takes him to level 2. So it'll be on 6 health when we start our next thing. It also means you can use level 2 gear. That's 2 choices of staff. That one can stun and that one does extra damage. So that's, for example, what I'm going to do. I don't want to buy anything from the shop with Elias, but I might want to buy something from the shop with the other guys. So, okay, so I have to reevaluate what everybody has. Shall we figure out what we're doing?
Yes.
If I'd continued to keep +1 health on Elias, it would have moved us up to level 2, and no one else can actually get to level 2 yet. So, what I've done, I've changed Elias's skills to freeze, so it keeps me at level 1 and keeps the group at level 1. And I did some trading, so I've now got Sceptre of Fear, which I mentioned, and I've got a Mage's Charm, which once per activation roll, I roll a yellow dice and deal wounds equal to the number of swords. So it's basically the same as his zap skill. So it's like doubling up on his zap skill. Siegfried has a fire sword now and charge. I should have 0 XP, that used to go there. And Bjorn, I traded in everything he had, apart from his axe, and his armour, traded in his armour as well. And we've basically taken sustained damage, so as long as he's not armour equipped, he can taunt, he gets +1 to attack, and he gets +2 blue dice defence. So there we go.
So for Whisper,
yep.
I traded in my javelins,
yep.
And my leather armour. I've now got plate armour, level 1. With that I get 1 blue dice and it gives me a +1 shield anyway.
Yep.
I've also got Javelin of Sure Strike, which is level 1. The enchantment is may re-roll blank results 1 additional time and gives me 2 yellow dice. I've only got 4 XP, so next time she levels up I'll get something for her.
Yep.
Owen, I traded in his sword and the kite shield that he got. He's now got a spiked shield, level 1. Melee defence, if he gets a BAM, I inflict 1 wound to the attacker. Gives him 1 blue dice defence. He's got a battle axe, one-handed. If he gets a BAM, the defender gets attack -1 sword, yellow dice, for this counter attack. And he's still got his armour of life. And for Sybil, I traded in her leather armour and everything else that she picked up. She's now got a skirmish bow, gives her 2 yellow dice, and if she gets a BAM she manages to +1 yellow dice, gets another yellow dice, and chainmail armour, if I get a BAM +1 shield and 1 blue dice to my shield.
Cool. Right, so the last thing we need to do is make sure all of our heroes have healed back up from staying in town.
Oh, and Owen's got taunt now.
Oh, he's got taunt?
Yes,
because he needs it.
He needs it.
So we traded enough gear
XP.
to Owen to make sure he could sell enough to get XP
Yeah.
for taunt. Didn't need to do that many, but there we go.
Yeah.
So there we go, that is the tutorial. We hope that's helped anyone who's maybe a bit confused. And hope you've enjoyed watching the video, to be honest. In the next video we're going to continue with the same characters, with what they've got now, into the first mission of the game. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up very shortly. And yeah, so there we go. So please like and subscribe, helps out loads. And hopefully see you again soon, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, bye for now.
Bye.